Good morning, YouTube. Today I'm going to review our 2022 Lexus LC500.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
For your channel, my name is Dan, and this is our dealership, NG Supercars, and this is our friend's car that he is giving us to consign. And I never thought I would say this, but I'm going to be reviewing a Lexus. All right. Well, why not? If you're interested in this car, it is for sale. Sales at NG Supercars is how you can contact us, make an offer, and discuss buying it. And I'll be honest, I don't know that much about these cars, but my neighbor has two of them, and he loves them to death. And he swears to God that it's the greatest sounding car ever made, and he tracks the piss out of one of his. All right, that's encouraging, the fact that this actually could go on the track. Well, let's walk around it, review it, talk about it, and we'll take it out for a spin, and I'll give you my thoughts. Yeah, I don't even know where to go on this one. It's a Lexus. All right. So right off the bat, the first thing that I'm noticing is this thing is huge. It is a big car, 4,400 plus-ish pounds. It is not light. I mean, the Testarossa, that's a big car, and it looks like a Matchbox car next to this thing. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's hilarious. Okay, huge, aggressive Lexus. It's got the Predator Lexus front-end grille thing. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. But yes, it has a V8 and it has ginormous brakes to be able to stop that 4,000 pound mass of weight. Got a cool wing. This is apparently super expensive if you break it. I think it's like a couple $1,000 option when it's new, but if you need to replace it, my neighbor's saying it's something like $20,000, which to me is just insane. But yes, we'll fire it up in a minute. You'll be able to hear it. It does have a pretty cool sound. Let's try opening the trunk. Okay, there you go. It's got classic Toyota beep sounds to it. Now, this particular example was custom ordered by our friend. I don't know if this is the plaque for it. Like I said, I don't really know anything. Oh, there you go. It's got a certificate of authenticity because, yes, it's that cool. And apparently it was made in August 24th of 2022, and these guys did stuff with it. 10-speed automatic, 5-liter V8. Oh, well, I was gonna guess it was a 5-liter, and I guess I was right. And we got a little first aid kit. Why not? Spare tire? Oh, it doesn't look like a spare tire. Well, there you go. Not a whole lot of trunk space given the size of this car. Let's pop open that hood and see that 5-liter V8. I don't know what's special about this particular example, but I do know that the MSRP on it was $109,000. All right, well, not a whole lot to see underneath the plastic cover. They try to make it look like carbon fiber, but it's well, not. And this is all plastic. Not a lot to see under here. It's kind of disappointing, I'll be honest. It's got aggressive styling. It's got like very angular lines. It's got like, you know, I don't know if that's a real scoop or a fake scoop over there. Giant wheels. I'll be honest, I'm not in love with this thing from the outside. It's a bit too much in my opinion. It's like they tried too hard. They took what they had and they said, go nuts, engineers, and the engineers went nuts, and then the aesthetic people were like, no, that was terrible. Well, looking on the inside, it's got Alcantara, which is actually kind of cool. So I got some Alcantara and leather, and it actually smells pretty nice in here. Giant dashboard, giant display over there. Very Lexus looking interior. You've even got rear seats. How do I get back there? Is there a switch? Oh, hold on. That might be the thickest seat I've ever seen in my life. Oh, look, it's moving. Well, you're not really gonna fit adults back there. It's yeah, those are no. Nope, definitely not. Oh, what's that say? It says Lexus LC bespoke build. Ooh, very cool. Well, there's like stuff. Okay. Well, let's take it out for a spin. There it goes. Ooh, look at starting. Ooh, spaceship. Okay. Now, I swear my neighbor loves the sound of this thing. So I mean, it's not bad. I'll give him that. Once you get in, it's awfully quiet in here. It is a big boat, man. Jeez, I'm not used to driving quote-unquote sports cars that are this large. It is huge. It does have flappy pedals. Okay, there we go. If I tap the pedals, it looks like it goes into auto mode. Okay, we're driving kind of slow and those shifts are taking about a year and a half. Watch this, ready? Shift. Yeah, that's well, I'm assuming it'll do better once we start, you know, actually driving harder. There's a lot of buttons on the steering wheel. Mode? Is that for the radio? Oh, that's for the radio. I thought maybe it was drive mode. Is this mode? Snow. Oh, that's just snow? Traction control off. No, I don't want that off. I don't want to die. Oh yeah, it's got the touch screen thing. I really, I know some people love that thing because you get used to it, but oh no. Well, at the moment, it's got 6,295 miles, so this thing is a baby. It's barely been driven. Steering wheel feels okay. It's got a nice weight to it. One thing I hate, it's got the flappy pedals on the steering wheel. Definitely takes a deduction on points for that. It also did not go all the way down to 1 when I came to that stop there. It went back to drive, like regular old drive. What the? Why are you doing that, Lexus? Why are you doing that to me? Oh, now it's just like shifting. I'm in like 4th or 5th gear already. That's lame. Yeah, it like isn't really downshifting for you. What the hell? I don't know what the transmission's doing here. It is not listening to me. Okay, that is a legitimately good sounding engine. It's very muscle car-y. It's not what you'd expect out of a Lexus. I'll give you that. So we're waiting for it to warm up before we really kind of give it hell. I mean, it is very, very comfortable, as you'd expect out of a Lexus, and it's pretty darn quiet. There's a little bit of tire noise and road noise, which I'm kind of surprised by. It might just be the tires, you know, being more aggressive, low-profile tires. It does have a heads-up display as well, although it's not super bright. It's actually a little bit difficult to see it. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 gears, because we need that many gears. Okay, well, once you start going a little bit harder, it seems to be giving it a little bit. Oh, it's heavy. Whoa. Okay, the shift there was awful. It is spongy. Whoa, that thing. Sorry, raccoon. All right, there's gotta be a drive mode because this is really spongy. I feel like I'm not doing this car justice. Is it? Where? Is this it? There we go. Sport. Sport Plus. That's what I want. Oh, hey, look. There's Josh. Okay, here we go. Now it's a little better. Oh, okay, yeah, it tightened up a lot. Why aren't you shifting? What the? I'm not sure what's up with the transmission. I'm like telling it to upshift and it's not. Watch. Okay, that time it did. Look at it. It didn't shift. What are you doing? Oh, okay. Now it shifts. Dude, what? Listen to my commands. Do the thing I tell you to do. I can tell right now this is really gonna piss me off. Like, if I tell you to go into the next gear, go into the next gear and do it immediately. Don't sit there and be like, well, you know, maybe you didn't want to go in the next gear. Okay. Now, I know when my neighbor tracked his, he had issues with the transmission overheating and stuff. And so it's pretty common on these heavier cars that want to be sports cars. All right, let's see how we do. Ready? Here we go. I mean, it's not bad given how heavy it is. It is not wowing me, but the sound is great. I'll give my neighbor credit on that. He's right, the sound is very good. It's a very muscle car sound. Factory exhaust sounds great on this car. I'm impressed with that. The acceleration is not mind-boggling by any means. To give it credit, it's a heavy, heavy car. Now, hopefully this truck doesn't screw up my fun part, because I want to see how it does on the back roads and the twisties. Whoa, that is a heavy bitch. Now it doesn't feel as squishy as it did before. It was pretty bad before. I mean, it was in the non-sport mode, the comfort mode, or whatever the default is. It was awful. That CD player. Do people really still use CDs? I guess maybe Lexus owners. sorry Lexus owners. Yeah, the sound is great. Steering wheel's a little vague. I mean, that's because of the weight. Like, look at this. There is a lot of slop here, and the whole car is kind of rolling. Actually, kind of impressed that my neighbor is tracking his LC and doing well with tracking it, because I don't know if I'd feel comfortable tracking a car this heavy. I think I would end up cooking the brakes pretty quickly, or destroying the tires, or both. That's the problem with heavier cars, is they are really hard on the brakes and really hard on the tires compared to a lighter car. I guess you just gotta accept that you're gonna burn through brake pads and rotors and tires a lot on this car. Well, over here we have a luxurious glove box. We've got like a fake, oh, there's like a piece of glass in front of some sort of fake diamond plating or something. It's kind of weird. We've got the screen here. We've got a clock. You always got to have the clock on the luxury cars. I don't know why that's a thing. It's a thing. Can someone explain that to me? Why do you have to have an analog clock? I don't want to read an analog clock. I want the time instantly. Oh, we do have a giant ass moonroof too, so I don't know if that helps or hurts how much you guys can see. This truck is killing me. So far, positives. Very comfortable. Luxurious. Sounds great. Cons. Heavy as shit. Transmission, awful. I think they would have done this thing a lot of justice to have put in like a 7-speed DCT transmission. That would have been much better. I know they're trying for like super high fuel efficiency with all these 10 speeds and stuff. I hate the 10-speed automatics. They just drive me nuts. I don't even want to put it into regular drive. I think I would end up murdering some people right now if it was in regular drive, because I'm sure it'd be flopping gears all over the place. I suppose I should, just to like, here. Okay, we're gonna go in right, oh, look at that. Now I like, up, downshifted 3 times. Up, upshifted, upshifted. It's so annoying. It's like, no, we'll just leave it in manual. I mean, it's a quick transmission. The modern 10 speeds are fast, but they hunt and do all this crap, and like, I don't know, I just, bleh. Their audience is more interested in luxury than tracking the car. Like, I think my neighbor's probably the very rare exception who's tracking the piss out of his LC. Something tells me that that's not happening very often on these cars. I mean, who buys a Lexus sports car, right? Other than the LFA. I mean, you buy the LFA because you want to hear it. That's pretty much it, right? That's the main reason. It's not like it's that great a car. Spun tires, spun tires. It's kind of tall gears for being a 10-speed. I mean, if you got 10 speeds, we're hitting 60 in second gear. You could gear it down a little bit and let it rev up faster. Let's see how we handle through some twisties. Oh boy, just a lot of body roll, kind of movement in the car. I feel like if you unsettled this car, like if you did a rapid shift in the steering wheel to try and compensate for something, it might be difficult to recover. Like if you start getting a tank slapper in this car, good luck. You are going off the track. You're gonna spin out, no question. There's just so much weight moving around that as soon as it's unsettled, the whole car is gonna be disrupted. So I guess this car, you're gonna have to be extremely smooth at the track. Really, really be careful about that. Don't be like, you know, toss it in the corner. No, roll into the corner very nicely. Come out it real smooth. See, like that, it overcompensated and went a little bit narrower than I wanted right there. It does handle these bumps pretty good, even with the Sport Plus mode. It's still very smooth. The brakes are fairly competent. I'm impressed they can manage this weight. They may have turned up the vacuum booster on that thing to really amplify it and make it soft, because I didn't feel like I was pushing that hard. Oh, you had a little pop right there. Listen to that. Okay, well, no one around. This isn't definitely my first pick nor my 70th pick, but you know, I guess I can see why people like it. It's an interesting car. Like, it's definitely got the nice mix of luxury, comfort, and it is sporty. I'll give them that. It's sporty, it sounds great. You know, if you wanted like a super grand tourer, this would be phenomenal. The balance and weightiness of it do not lend itself to be leaning on the sports side as much as the luxury side. It's just, you're overcoming physics, and it's struggling a little bit, unfortunately. So there you have it. Pretty cool though. Well, there you go, YouTube. I reviewed a Lexus. Again, I never thought I'd say that. Any of you that had that on your 2025 bingo list, you just won. It's not bad. I'm a little bit harder on it than maybe I should have been. It is a nice car. It's luxurious. It's comfortable. The sportiness side of it is lacking. It is definitely edging towards luxury and comfort over sportiness. Now, this is what happens when you try and take a big, heavy car and try and make it perform better. Is it does it okay. It's acceptable. It passes, but it's not going to be blowing your socks off. I mean, I would have much more fun driving almost any other car in our shop right now fast than this one, but it does all right. It's the sound. Okay, that engine does sound glorious. I will give my neighbor credit where credit is due. It sounds fantastic. It is a very, very well done engine. It's a bit lacking in power. I wish it had maybe, well, two options: either drop 500 pounds or add about 100 horsepower, and then it'd be a little bit better. But I think you almost need to have the weight down, because then it would help the handling. The handling is just, that's got to be a handful at the track. I don't think I'd want to do that. Kudos to my neighbor for tracking the piss out of his, because no thank you. But anyway, it's for sale. Sales at ngsupercars.com. If you're interested in buying it, send us an email, and we'll see you guys in the next video. We're gonna be doing a lot of cool car stuff. You're gonna want to stay tuned. It's gonna be sweet.